is Roy Hallums.
An American contractor kidnapped in Iraq and forced to plead for his life.
I'm please asking for help because my life is in danger.
And a dramatic search by U.S. Special Forces, all caught on 2 of the soldiers' helmet cameras.
Is he going to be sold off to another group and be beheaded? Is he just going to be killed because he's taken up too much effort?
November 2004, Roy Hallums is working for the Saudi Arabian Trading and Construction Company, negotiating catering contracts for the Iraqi military and police.
Our office was about 3 blocks outside the green zone where the embassy and the U.S. Army offices located. We knew it was a dangerous place, but we never had any trouble with anybody.
But on November 1st, that all changes. At the time, Special Agent Tom O'Connor is with the FBI's Joint Terrorist Task Force.
On November 1st of 2004, Roy was working in his Mansour District office.
Well, I was working at my computer and I saw some motion to my left. When I looked up, there were 4 men standing in the doorway with AK-47s. One of them said, "You come with us or we'll kill you."
They zip tie his hands behind his back and his ankles. They put a bag over his head, and then he was brought out to a car.
Like many hostages before him, Roy Hallums disappears without a trace. American authorities fear the worst.
Unfortunately, a lot of those hostages were being shown on video being beheaded. So it was a real concern that a U.S. citizen would be used in that manner.
But it appears the kidnappers are more interested in money than murder.
The head of the gang, the sheikh, he said to me that because I was an American, they were going to get $12 million for me.
In order to conceal his presence, the captors hide Hallums in a farmhouse 16 miles outside of Baghdad, in a hostile region coalition forces call the Triangle of Death.
It's an area that had a lot of issues. There was a large insurgent population, and Al-Qaeda had a strong base out of that Anbar province area.
Roy Hallums' residence for the next 10 months is this underground bunker, seen here in photos later taken by the FBI's evidence response team. The conditions, inhumane.
I was always tied up, always had a blindfold. When they shut the door, it would just be totally black. If you tried to stand up, you had to bend over because it was so short. I was like that 24 hours a day.
I've been in law enforcement 30 years. I've never heard of such a horrendous environment for someone to be in.
On Close Up this morning, American hostage Roy Hallums. He was snatched in Baghdad nearly 3 months ago. On Tuesday, a videotape emerged showing Hallums pleading for his life.
I'm please asking for help because my life is in danger.
A proof of life video is just that. It's going to show anybody who's interested, whether it be family, whether it be law enforcement, that we have this person and he's alive.
They take the mask off. On my left, there's a man with a AK-47, and he puts a piece of paper, like right here. He says, "You read it." My worst thoughts were, well, they're going to kill me during the video.
I'm not asking for any help from President Bush because I know of his selfishness and unconcern for those who've been pushed into this hellhole.
When you watch it, it's clear that this isn't Roy Hallums' words. He actually asked for assistance not from the U.S. government, but from Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi.
I am asking for help of Arab rulers, especially President Muammar Gaddafi, because he's known for helping those who are suffering.
It takes nearly a year before the U.S. government has enough intelligence to act safely. There's no guarantee Hallums will even be alive once they get there. But on September 7th, 2005, it's go time. A daring raid in broad daylight. and the soldiers' helmet cams capture every adrenaline-fueled moment.
I heard helicopters, and at first it sounded as normal, the helicopters flying by. The helicopters started getting louder, and then it felt like they were landing on top of the house. I heard a lot of yelling and running, and then I heard somebody hitting on this door. I didn't know if it was somebody there to rescue me, like trying to kill me. Door falls in. This American soldier jumps down in the room, and he points at me and he says, "Are you Roy?" And I said, "Yes." And he says, "Come on, we're getting out of here." One of the Special Forces guys handed me a flag and said, whenever we're able to rescue someone, we always give an American flag to them.
It was a pretty exciting day for everybody that was involved in it. And I have to say that 30 years in law enforcement, it's as good as it gets.
These guys jump out of their helicopter and run right in, not knowing what they're going to meet. They didn't know what to expect. To me, they're real heroes.
For 311 days, Roy Hallums endured the worst of human behavior and lived to tell the story.
I think the main thing is just don't give up.